for the thought of her to like vote me in and not even like tell me I just saw red. I didn't give myself a chance to like hear her out. It was just I went on the offensive. The next morning I woke up, I apologized profusely to her.
Let's get right into that episode. I want to start from the top here because you started that episode with a bang. So, why the blow up against Tiffany? Let me hear it from
Uh,
you.
it's fair enough. I'm going to be completely honest with you, not one of my proudest moments on my inaugural season of the challenge. It's probably the thing that I look back on the most and I have the biggest regret on. No secret, I definitely have a temper. I literally wrote in my journal the three things that were going to make me successful to win this. And number one, with a big circle around it, was when shit hits the fan, take a second to breathe and walk away. And so what you don't see is I'm literally putting on my workout shoes to go outside. This is 2 a.m. when this argument happens, to go burn it off, to have this conversation in the morning. There's one way in, one way out of the dungeon. Tiffany's coming down with every camera person in the house, and I can't control myself, and I pop off. To get to what causes this. So the previous elimination, prior to that, I had a conversation with Alyssa Lopez. She was basically like, listen, I'm concerned you may vote for me. If you don't vote for me, I will keep 3 balls off of you. And so, I'm like, elaborate. She's like, I won't do that to protect my people. But in the back of my mind, I'm putting 2 and 2 together, big brother. This is who she's running around with. This is her alliance. And so I store this in the back of my head. I'm like, good deal. Let's do this. As we move forward, let's try to figure out a way. Maybe we can work together. So I'm feeling good. In my mind, I'm going to catch 1 ball from Desi, retaliatory ball from a vote prior. I'm good with that. And I'm like, let's do this and move past this. Hopefully the Hopper gods are good and don't throw me in with 1 ball. So elimination happens. I catch 3 balls or 4 balls. And so immediately that conversation prior comes back into my head. And what made me so mad about Tiffany was that we had worked together on Team Red Flags. I had helped her through everything. We had basically been partnered in every single daily. And, I felt close to her, and it's like, I'm going to support you. I will do whatever it takes to get you through this. Team Red Flags meant a lot to me. And maybe I put too many eggs in my team's basket, to be honest with you. And so for the thought of her to like vote me in and not even like tell me I just saw red, I didn't give myself a chance to like hear her out. It was just, I went on the offensive. The next morning I woke up, I apologized profusely to her. And at the time, I still thought she had voted for me. But there's a right and a wrong way to communicate with someone. And Tiffany is a mother to a child at home. And it's, as a father to kids, it made me feel very terrible at how I communicated with her. And there's better ways to do it. And so I do feel terrible. And Tiffany, I've apologized. We spoke on the phone. But again, just so you know, I am sorry. I shouldn't have communicated with you that way. I'm a fiery guy, and it got the best of me. And really, it was my crux. And I think it's what put me in the arena with 7 balls. I mean, I was going to catch some, but to catch 7, it's no secret. If you cause a scene in a challenge house, you're going into dance.
Yeah, totally. So, you guys are on good terms now after all of that drama.
It's not like we're talking every day, but I wanted to make sure that I apologized to her the next morning. And, I went up to her and just, recommunicated. I need to learn how to communicate better when I feel like my back's against the wall and I feel frustrated. And the phone call, I just wanted to reiterate with her again that, I don't know how she feels about me, but, I want her to know that I am truly sorry. A lot of people reached out, have you apologized? So yes. And I'm not just doing this because people are telling me to. I truly do feel bad seeing how I communicate with you. It's not a good look, and it's not a reflection of who I am. The walls were closing in. The challenge house can get the best of you real quick. And, my temper got me. It was my Achilles heel, and I snapped it in half.
Totally. Oh my gosh. It's nice to hear that you guys are, that you have apologized and whatever, you guys have moved on from that situation. I did want to ask, who did you vote for in that Hopper situation?
So I had to think long and hard about this. It is weird how much I don't remember. I voted for Chanel.
Okay. Yeah, because there
So
was I saw some stuff on social media. People didn't really know where the vote. I'm dying for them to actually reveal the votes. Like,
are you talking about the vote, the last vote where I went in, or the one prior?
the one prior, the one that kind of set off all of this drama.
I'll be honest with you. No, I voted for Chanel last. I'm trying to remember. I don't. I would have to look through my notes. I'll give it back to you. I honestly, I don't remember. I
So
was
long ago.
actually part of the hat trick too. I was
Oh,
literally
you
in the hat
were?
trick. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that you picked. Okay. Because there were some
So
people who thought that you might have voted for Tiffany in that situation. And I was like, if that was the case, I was like, whoa.
no, it
Yeah.
wasn't her. And I'll tell you, I'll figure it out. I just need to look at my journal. I don't remember. It was a girl. I just can't remember who.
And did you eventually find out who voted for you in the house after that situation? I know you still thought it was kind of Tiffany, but did you find out?
I'll be honest, I literally had no clue that Chanel and Michelle were voting for me. And now watching it again, they were voting for me quite a bit. But as an amazing racer with Lewis gone and no blood on their hand, I mean, I get it. It makes the most sense. And at this point, they kind of realized the line that was drawn. I was running with the vets. To see Michelle do it, I was like, I thought she maybe play the vet card a little longer because they were trying to pull her in and to see it all unfold. And I mean, she was gunning. She was definitely survivor strong. Played a great game up to this point, man. I will give it to Chanel, Michelle, Michaela, and Desi. Your Wizards girls, you doing well.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you even mentioned too that you were kind of involved in the vet alliance there. You were even involved in that hat trick situation. And of course, there's been a lot of talk about your relationship with Bananas there. I gotta know, Dusty, why the letter? Why the letter?
Fair enough. Let's just get it out. So first of all, the hero thing is Johnny Bonanza is not my hero. Let's just say editing is a beautiful thing. So the letter is 100% real. Johnny went into elimination. And as anyone knows who watches it, you don't get to say anything to anyone. Once you're eliminated, you're hauled out in the paddy wagon, they get you out. It was a mere letter just thanking him for a little bit of advice that was given to me from him when I hit a hard patch. I had my wife at home with a child on the way. It was the 2-year anniversary of my dad dying. The walls are closing in, and he just gave me some good advice. And I didn't know if I was going to get a chance. If we had ever even talk again after the show aired, it was just a token of my friendship, man. I appreciate the advice you gave me. You're a true champion in the business. And it is what it is. It's been, I mean, what a weird edit, but I'm good for it. I'm a big boy. I can roll with the punches. Keep them coming. I have seen some of the funniest things I have ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't love Johnny Bananas. You're not my hero, brother. You're my buddy, but it is my dad's my hero. Just so he knows looking down on me, but he knows I'm not cheating on him with Johnny Bananas.
right.
But it was an honor being a fan of the show. Let's be honest. Look at the room I was stuck in. I turned right, probably should have turned left. I have Paulie, Josh, and Johnny Bananas in my room in the dungeon.
Wow.
Your bed
I can make
sealed
it
as
out of
soon
that
as you
one.
look back. You know.
And so you weren't as much of a fanboy as, the show has made us believe. Is that what I'm okay?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But it's okay. It is okay, man. They needed a lane, and if I could feel it, it's some good. You got some good clips out of it. If it's at my expense, I love the challenge so much. Keep them coming.
Okay. I mean, he played into that too. I think, did you expect him to read the letter out loud? Like,
So it's the best thing ever too. When I gave it to him, I go, "This is not a love letter, Johnny. This is not a love letter. Say that out loud." And he's like, "Okay, okay." And I was like, in Johnny Bananas fashion, he knows how to ring the bell. The guy can make great TV. You cannot take that away from him. Hate him or love him, he makes great TV.
yeah, definitely. And, speaking of our legend here, you were unfortunately up against another legend in this elimination, Wes. And I wanted to know a little bit more about what this elimination entailed. I wanted to know, like, did you go first or did he go first? Because I imagine the person who went first had a big advantage there. So I didn't know if the editing actually showed us the correct order.
Yeah, so I was actually standing on the drum first, which I was excited about. I compete in Ironmans, like physically, I was ready, like balance, all this. I'm like right in my wheelhouse. Let's go. Turning big, heavy things. I was excited to see if he was going to go for the first wheel and try to turn it a few times before going to the second. Because in my mind, I was like, put the first wheel on, get the second one. There's no way to create force with that small of a wheel. It's impossible. Whereas he tried working that small wheel for a long time. I was like, okay, bread butter, the window's open to win. I got a little bit tangled untying the first small wheel, working it from the inside of the poles instead of the outside. I felt like I did enough to win, though. I really did. I dumped him off. I think you see the look on everyone's face in the cast standing there. Bananas is hugging this sloppy man, goodbye. Wes even tells me goodbye that I beat him. And right when I heard 37 seconds, I was like, I thought I won by minutes. This may not be good for me. And I'm just still, it sucks.
I know. I mean, I'm so surprised that you did lose that elimination with how everybody was so confident that you won. So, what were you in that situation too, as confident as everybody watching it? Did you think that you had won?
100%. 100%. I mean, 100% I thought I won. I mean, I was literally telling, it's edited out. I'm screaming up at the people, get ready. There's about to be some business coming back in the house. You guys think you've seen some craziness. I am about to flip this shit upside down.
Oh
I'm
my God.
coming.
I
It
can't.
would have.
Sorry, go ahead.
I would have been if I would have been back. It would have been good TV.
Oh, okay. So that leads me
Would have
into
been
the
good TV.
next question, though. Like, what would have happened had you won? Would you have defected? What would the alliances have looked like after that point?
So I think honestly, like in my heart and looking at it, and now especially seeing it, knowing that the red team was like throwing balls on me, blue team was the play, and I think moving Chris would have been exactly what I have done as well. And I respect Chris's game; he's really good at this. But if you could have split the Survivor alliance up a bit more, I felt like he had a little more pull in that alliance than Sebastian did.
Mhm.
So I felt like Sebastian could have been pulled into the vet side maybe a little easier, especially with him being in love with Tori. And so I was like, if I could get on the blue team, me, Bananas, Tori, Sebastian, and then the rest that fill in, I thought we could dictate the rest of the season, and in my heart, I don't know what happens. I'm thinking it's going to break up. It's going to partners. It's going to be an individual competition. At some point, it always is. That would have given me the best chance. And on my own, I felt like I really could have shined in taking care of business. Like me alone is a dangerous man in the challenge. You don't get to see a lot of what I do, but I'm a beast at puzzles. I'm a beast at trivia. I just get too sweaty. I can't stay up there. I can run for
And the
days.
adrenaline, I imagine, it just kind of affects your like I was answering
crazy.
this question on the couch, but it would be a different situation from way up there above the water. So
Fun challenge. I mean, the things they put you through, the sickos that come up with these things.
oh my God, I know. And you're mentioning like if you had come back, like what about if you came back for like a third season of the Challenge USA? What would the Dusty look like? What would Dusty look like on the challenge after this situation happened?
You're going to see, it's not if, you will see a guy that's going to walk into the house, and I'm not going to let people be A's and work themselves down to F's. You're going to be an F on my book, and you're going to work yourself up to an A. I gave everyone the benefit of the doubt. Whereas the Amazing Race cast, they're some of my best friends. In the back of your mind, it's like, oh, I'm going to come make all these great new friends. These people are going to be gum on the bottom of my shoe. There is no time for love and casualty of war. It's time to take heads, and you can't trust anyone. There's no innocence amongst thieves. And trust me, I'm going to be a bigger specimen when I come back. I'm going to be a badder specimen when I come back. I'm going to cause more shit than I did this season. And I'm just going to take you out one by one because now I'm not scared of elimination. I've done it once. I know I can compete with the best, and I can beat the rest of you. No question. And Wes, if we have to do it again, I'm going to whoop your ass.
I'm all here for this energy. I'm like, okay, Dusty, we need you back on another season here because we need to see this in action. Like, okay, like,
I promise I will deliver.
Okay, I will be my fingers crossed for you. So I will be looking forward to it. Dusty, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me about your challenge experience. I really appreciate it. And
my pleasure. Thank you.